Hi, my name is Christopher Nguyen, and I have the pleasure to introduce you to Vinh Nguyen.
Hey, I'm Vin, and I'm a software engineer for a defense contractor, and I'm glad to be here to help Chris answer some questions for his project, especially in regards to cybersecurity.
Okay, so my first question would be, what have you done to where you are now as a cybersecurity at a defense contractor?
Okay, so to clarify, I don't work cybersecurity at the defense contractor. That would be super cool, but I don't work in that position. Um, but what I did to get me interested in computer science, which which led me through the path of um, cybersecurity, was I kind of just grew up always enamored by technology, and I was just drawn to it. And so, because drawing isn't a viable source of income, I went to college for a computer science degree. And during that process, I already had a tendency to tinker. So the tools that they equipped me and the knowledge they equipped me was it aided a little in getting started. Um, we're just messing around with computers and figuring out ways around things. Cybersecurity is knowing how to protect yourself in a way. Like applying it is knowing how to protect yourself against what the adversary would do by being able to more or less test yourself using those techniques in a sense,
So the
or
more
just
you,
using it to get what you want.
so the more you dove into computer science, the more you're able to test yourself and increase your capabilities.
Um, Yeah, well, computer science in my school just taught me how to program and make software. It wasn't until I got to information security class that I got more of a, say, formalized view of the security models and the um, e- events happening around the world in regards to cybersecurity, like breaches and um, leaks and all that. Mm, well, yeah, some of my skills and knowledge of things relative to cybersecurity is just using street smarts and playing around on my own.
That's pretty good because the next question I would want to ask is, how would a layperson be able to stay away from maybe keep them cyber safe?
Um, well, that's a good question. It really boils down to don't be dumb and be aware of your surroundings. We emphasize this a lot in the um, defense industry and government work because people are always trying to get their hands on your stuff. You know, whether you're shopping, they're trying to get your credit card information. If you're out in public, some person might be eyeing your purse. If you're working on sensitive data, someone's going to want whatever is labeled as "don't look here." So the people who you are working with or working for will invest and go out of their ways to to make resources to educate and inform you to on how to be safe doing your work. And they emphasize that you can carry that into your personal life because in your personal life, you can make it a habit which you carry into work. It kind of works recursively. And a lot of those, the backbone of those practices and scenarios rely on common sense. Don't be dumb. For a layperson, say, who's not working in those industries, not working in finance, or not working in defense or um, something's for personal, like you're just Joe Smeller in the street.
So what you're trying to say is that
Um,
you can apply a lot of your own common sense to keeping online.
yes, you have to apply it in the context of a digital connected world, though. Similar to, don't give strangers your information in the street. If I walked up to you and I said, "Hey, Chris,"
Mhm.
um, I actually had this phone call happen to me too personally. It's like, "Hey, what year are you born?" I was like, this is sketch. Okay, but I'll play along. So I lie and I gave a false age, false year, right?
Okay.
And then they start prodding and saying, "Oh, really? Oh, me too. Um, well, are you?" And they'll try to, try to social engineer you information. I was like, "Well, are you, born in America? Are you born in Vietnam?" I was like, "All right, hold up, stop right there. Why are you calling? Don't be afraid to ask questions. If someone's asking you, why are you asking me this? Ask them, why are you asking me?"
So
I asked, and they said, "Yeah, I'm a recruiter, blah, 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 blah." Um, so the same principle applies online. If you go to a site and they're like, "We need your social to proceed," and it's a site for playing a casino card game online for online gambling, which is already sketch, or
okay.
for a game that hasn't been released, "We need your social." Hang on, this doesn't connect.
Okay.
It might not be glaringly obvious, so that's why you have to be a little aware and keen in your surroundings too. Consider
So
the context.
putting some like thought in before you just give your data so willingly.
Correctly, and I hope you already do put thought into your actions before you do it, before you do something.
Okay.
So that should be second nature.
Okay.
I hope.
So on to my next question. How would a layperson prevent such cybersecurity disasters or from letting their data get out of hand?
Practice smart habits. By that I mean, the obvious: don't give out your information online to people you don't know. Um, don't download apps that you don't need or don't know of. Um,
Like battery saver apps, cameras.
yeah, battery saver apps or flashlight or fitness. There's this one fitness tracker app where it wasn't necessarily malware. It was more like a scam where you download the app and so you have an iPhone, right? And you're like, yeah, well, press your fingerprint, we'll get a heat signature reading, read your pulse, blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
And to proceed in the app, you'd be like, okay, sure, I'll do that. Bloop. And then as you do that, it pops up a little thing that says, oh, was it purchase subscription? And because your thumb is already on the reader, it's gonna purchase that $100 subscription.
Okay.
But you just got duped. And you got duped out of your lack of understanding of what your phone's hardware does.
Okay.
So educate yourself on what your technology can do, actually. A lot of people got scammed. They got duped into microwaving their iPhones because 4chan passed around a meme that said, yeah, Apple added microwave charging for your phone. Stick it in the microwave and heat it up.
So a lot of this is
Be smart. Be smart. And understand what you're doing and that it could have consequences.
yeah, and like having just a screen won't protect you from leaking out your information. Some people feel like a false sense of security, just using devices when they wouldn't do the same stuff in real life. Like your example of giving out like mother's maiden name to a person on the street online.
Yeah. And on that note, too, speaking of behind a screen, be smart in your online interactions. A lot of people act very inappropriately online because they think it's anonymous. It's just a screen name. No one's going to know who they are. And sometimes that comes back to bite. There's people who get doxxed, people get swatted. People have actually died from getting swatted.
I've seen the stories.
Yeah.
It's pretty serious. Okay, so
Don't be a jerk online and practice common sense. If it's something you wouldn't do in front of your grandmother in person, don't do it online.
okay, so onto my final question. Besides preventing it, how would you get yourself out of a mire? You have 28 seconds.
If your computer is malfunctioning badly enough that you notice it, nuke
Nuke it.
it.
Reinstall Windows,
You've
and
Yep.
or run an antivirus if you feel like you're not safe enough.
if your antivirus wasn't able